Gozy here, and welcome back to the channel. So in my last video, I got a chance to try my hands with EFI Live for the first time, and it was definitely a learning curve as far as like the formatting and the arrangement of the programming. But luckily, my prior experience with HP tuners kicked in, and I was able to kind of figure out, like what channels to look for, what PIDs to set. Converted a French card from 93 MET to full E85, adjusted the spark table along with his VE tables since he's on a speed density tune, and I was able to dial it in as much as I could without having that wideband input. Got it pretty close, could be better. So once I figure out how to get EFI Live to reflect the actual wideband inputs, we can probably utilize that to dial in the feeling a lot better. After a couple pulls, I ended up having his spark table at 3 degrees less than what he initially had it with 93 in MET. Just to be on the safe side. Took it from 22 to right around 19. Still wasn't knocking. Also adjusted his intake air temp based spark tables. That way it doesn't pull timing based on the increased intake air temps. So I'm gonna keep slowly ramping it up as far as adding the timing back in until we see some knock, and then probably dial it just a bit back from there. And I mean, it's just been one thing that I've tried to research, but really couldn't find an answer as far as 93 in MET. The MET increases the octane rating on the gas, but with 85, is that superior in a sense of, okay, if you're running a car with 93 MET and let's say you're running 25 degrees of timing, if you then switch to, let's say, E85, can you still run that same amount of timing without having pre-dat? I mean, obviously that'll be on a case-by-case basis, also based on how much pounds of boost you're running. So I mean, I'm really eager to see if we can take it higher, or if it's probably going to be a safer call to have it just a bit lower in timing than when he was on 93 and MET. So yeah, we'll keep playing with it, keep ramping it up, making small adjustments here and there until we can really get that car fine-tuned and he's happy with it. Alright, on a flip note, on my last video as well, I spoke about the Pro Charger belt slip, belt tear issue. Ordered the Daco tool, actually I have it here. Ordered the Daco laser alignment tool. Alright, I was able to mount it to the Pro Charger pulley along with the crank pulley and zero that baby up. Ended up having to add just a couple more washers, and it is, when I say it's on the dot, it's on the dot. Alright, so these are the tools here, and I'm going to be taking it out to give you guys a better look. These are the two pieces that I utilized. You can mount either or to the crank pulley or the Pro Charger pulley. And one of them just sits there, and it is the point of reference, and then the larger piece is the laser housing, and it shoots the beam to the other piece and tells you if you need to move it forward or aft as far as shimming. I'm going to be showing y'all what I had to do to zero out the pulley alignments, and we'll be taking her for a test drive. I'm adding washers at the back of the bracket as well, and I think we have it zeroed out now. Found out the hard way that the pulleys aren't made of steel, so had to improvise and had to stick the other piece of the tool on the crank with a piece of gum. So did its job, and now I'm gonna show you guys what we're working with. Gonna switch hands there. Hopefully you guys can see it. So boom, just like that, and it's pretty much centered with the other tool. Just like that. So hopefully this is it, and we won't have any further issues with this belt. And the other battle that we're currently fighting now is our traction control issues. The car does not hook from a 60. First and second gear is pretty much a wash. Based on my research, consensus was that taking up the front sway bar kind of helps with the weight transfer. So did just that. Raised the car up. I had the shocks at a softer setting before, and that almost felt worse. So stiffen it now, and I'm gonna see how it does with the sway bar delete. Tire pressure currently at 15 psi on both tires, cold. I'm gonna play with that as well and see what happens.
lip came off. We just found it in multiple pieces. Shit.
Well, that didn't last nearly as long.
Look at him, just riding over it.
Yeah, there's other piece over there.
I see.
Thanks, babe. Sheesh. Yeah. It be like that sometimes. Left the house with a carbon fiber lip in one piece and came back with 6 pieces. I guess shit happened, so we'll put another one in order and keep it moving. I mean, that's all we can do, right? I cannot have it looking like this. It doesn't look nearly as aggressive. I don't know how the guys that don't run one, how they do it. This is gonna be what, my 3rd carbon fiber lip, and I'm just contemplating just going with a lesser quality, maybe polyurethane or something that could probably handle the beating. But I mean, it wasn't even like I smashed it. It just came completely off. I thought I did a good job bolting it on, but obviously not. Maybe with the next one, I'm gonna use a larger bolt, and I'm also gonna retain it with a nut as well, and hopefully that keeps it on. Man, the car just looks so less interesting to look at without that front lip, if you ask me. But apart from that, troubleshooting our traction issues was still a failure. Still no luck with traction, so I'm gonna keep messing with the suspension. I might switch over to like a actual coilover system and see if that helps. If not, maybe take it to a shop that specializes in suspensions and see what they think, see what they can do for me. And yeah, we'll keep working out the issues. It's a pretty stout setup, full E85, roughly 19 pounds of boost, 19 degrees of timing, no met, no knock either. She definitely moves for what it is. Simple setup, can't go wrong. And like always, thank you for tuning in. If you haven't already, please like, share, subscribe. I will see y'all on the next video.